Okay. Buffs are on. Bag is as good as it's gonna get. Good luck pet is out. Pigs are squeaking. So that's all good, and as it should be, and this NPC that's laughing is driving me nuts. Alright, so let's mount up here. Okay. Interesting look to his shadow priests. Alright, where are we going? We're going slowly insane. That is where we are going. Alright, guys. So, welcome to another bloodthirsty challenge. Leveling block, I guess. We're gonna work on the paladin for a little bit. We've got about 4 bars to go on the paladin. 4.5, roughly. And so I figure we'll finish out the pally. And now my throat's gonna start to itch. Dang, burn it. So we're gonna finish out the pally, and hopefully, providing nothing goes awry, and maybe we'll step into the pacifist for a minute. We'll see how we are on time. Or we can hop on to a lower level bloodthirsty as well. We'll see. See how things go. He's gonna do something that wasn't hurting me too bad, but I should be in the habit of getting the frig out of the way. Anyhow. Oh, yeah, you did start to cast that. Thought I jumped it, but no. I was good. I was paying attention for a change. And then my brain second guessed me. Come on, get up the hill. Alright. So we don't want to mess with the Elec herds, because they don't like it when you mess with one of them, and they all join in. And I really don't want to take that level of risk right now. Hey, Zorty Zorts! Zorda Zordles. So how did your farm stream wrap up at the end, since I had to run to the store? We weren't gone as nearly as long as I thought we potentially could be. But I did miss the end of it. When I got back, you had already finished. You're here, but not here. Oh, Taze. Well, do you have your thing with Raz tonight? Or is that tomorrow? No, that would be tonight, because we're tomorrow. Are we doing anything tomorrow? Oh, okay. I'll message you later then. You can tell me later.
It's too far away.
You go do your thing. Okay. If I'm awake, I'll stop by for a minute. Oh, I'll just be finishing up, so yeah, I'll probably be awake. That's right. I gotta get used to being at this later time now. Alright. Keep forgetting it's later in the day than I used to stream. Come on, Mr. Wolf. Alright, you're gonna make me waste the cooldown. That's okay. There will be more cooldowns eventually. Now there is sort of a phased quest that people can trigger in this spot. Now, so far, they've left me alone when it happens. It seems to be, at least the mobs on this side of it, seem to be a bit scripted and have their selected targets in mind already, so far they haven't bothered me. But I am still being a little bit cautious coming around that corner. It's the one time I'm not cautious is when it's gonna get me. And now that I've found this oddity with the XP bar, it's driving me crazy. I have fixated on it and it's annoying me. For something that's very small. I guess because I'm on a Bloodthirsty and I'm gonna notice it more. But I noticed it last night and now it's just... I thought it was an oddity last night, but then I started seeing it the couple times I hopped onto this one today. And now I'm like, oh my god, this is driving me crazy. And I'm not the only one it's happening to. Stir has experienced it as well. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, the color on your XP bar keeps moving forward, but the numerical value is not updating unless you hover over. And it's driving me nuts. Because I'm like, no, that's not right. I mean, all that really matters, I guess, is the colored part of the bar, but like, it's probably just me being nitpicky, but it's been an odd day and I feel like being nitpicky today, so... So there was some good news from our run to the store. We cut through the arts and crafts department and I had seen some fabric swatches that caught my eye because they were cheap and I was like, oh, is there anything here that will work? There were like little samples of, you know, 97-cent, maybe half a yard sized of fabric. I'm like, is there anything here I can do something with? And then we were kind of dicking around back and forth and we're like, well, no, we said we were gonna go with felt for her new cape and stuff. And so we kind of backed off of that and I started to continue down the aisle and they had bolts of fabric in the aisle. And then something shiny caught Russell's attention and it was in the clearance section. So we found something that may work and then I was like, well, you know, those edges are going to be a little rough when I cut it because of the type of material it is. So I'm going to have to do some sort of edging. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do about it. And then I found sort of a sparkly ribbon that kind of goes with the shiny fabric, so I may not have to go to Joann's this weekend after all. I may have found what will work. Plus we found some thread that matches the fabric color, because I might have to hem the edges anyhow before I put the actual trim on the cape, just to ensure that nothing frays, and also to attach it to said puppet with a couple of sewn anchor points. If I sew the cape on instead of gluing it on, I've got a better shot at fixing it down the road if something happens than I do if I fully glue it in place. Plus, we saved the brooch clasp off of Pinky's original cape And I think it might actually go with this fabric that we grabbed. I have to double check the color, but I think it's kind of close. Come on, I don't want to blow another cooldown on you. Okay. So I'm not doing too bad. I actually feel like the XP's gaining at a decent rate on this one. It could be my imagination because I tend to lose track of time when I'm playing, but I haven't had that much time to sit down and play, to be perfectly honest. We've been busy running errands, or Russell's been running errands, and I've been like, oh, I want to go. So instead of sitting here and slogging away, I'm like, I want to go outside. So I've been running errands with him from time to time. Does that pig have water? Because it sounds like the water bottle's empty. Okay. Thank you. So, I'm feeling okay about this character at the moment. I think if I can just get through this nasty warlord section, I might be okay. However, what I was killing on my demon hunter, I may not be able to kill on this one. So that's going to involve dressing down my semi-normal paladin that I have currently that's at 102 that probably isn't going to move very much, to be perfectly honest, for quite some time. I might leave her at 102 until I get this one into Legion, if I get there, and use her to walk around a little bit and see if there's a better place for her to go. Ooh, what is that? That is plate! Green drops have been few and far between, because the amount of things I'm killing that drop anything has been pretty low. What is this? This is shoulder. Okay, so it's an item level upgrade. What do we got here? Strength, stamina. Can we only lose 11 haste? We're gonna put that on. Now remember, you're bloodthirsty, solo, can wear the green gear. And of course it's gonna fuck with my transmog. Oh, those shoulders are hideous. Oh my god. And I'm gonna have to cope with them like that because I'm not gonna be able to get them retransmogged anytime soon. Okay. This is the second time I've run through here and all of the wolves are dead. Somebody is running through and killing my mobs, or they have not respawned. And I'm getting a little mad because it's got to be somebody running through here because there was nobody out here earlier, and now I'm just coming through and everything's dead. And I'm like, no. How dare you? I picked this place up here because nobody seemed to care. Now, I have seen a few people run by, but I haven't actually run across... Oh, I bet you did it. In your silly pet battles. Hope you weren't killing all of the wolves just so that you could pet battle, because that would be really angry. Alright, so there's that one. See, these big guys are giving me 990, but the wolves were only giving me 6 something. Okay, we are probably going to do a heal here, since we're waiting on things to come up anyhow. Yes, pigs, yes! The guinea pigs are still the trio alive and well and demanding their dinner because Russell was doing something in the kitchen. Even though it's nowhere near their time to eat yet. I kind of wish these guys dropped something. A hoof, a bent piece of horn, tuft fur. But then again, I guess I'm not really supposed to be killing them because they're far up west, I think. but they made them killable, so technically they're fair game. Ah, damn, I missed the proc. That's okay. Alright. So, I am in full greens, because we can be. And, Paladin so far has been okay. I haven't had too many problems, I guess we would call them. It's been pretty even, pretty fair. I mean, I can heal, so I haven't had to eat so much on this one, so that's good. And yeah, I do have band-aids on my bar, but I haven't used them. They're the same band-aids that have been there since I made them. So, I don't recall ever making more. It looks like I used maybe one since that one's sitting at 19 before first aid went away, because that's been at 19 for forever. But yeah, so I'm doing okay there. And the next time I get to an auction house, I might actually sell those. So I got a new mouse pad while we were also at the store, and it's gonna take some getting used to, because it's got a slight texture to it, and it's one of the cloth ones instead of the shiny plastic ones like my previous WoW Mists of Pandaria mousepad was. So on the shiny one I could just, you know, fling my mouse across with no effort at all. On this mousepad I actually have to put some effort into moving the mouse. So I don't know if I'm gonna be happy about that, but we'll figure that out. That's just a minor inconvenience. But Russell has my Wrath of the Lich King Collector's Edition mousepad still that seems to be in okay shape, so I could always swap out with him. The offer was made, but let's try to like this mousepad first. I'm definitely putting an Ooh, I did not want to hit that. Did not intend to do that. That's okay. I think we'll be all right. Okay. So we're getting there. We're slowly getting there. Okay. I thought it was a horde person standing there. I'm like, the frig is this? Because I saw the wolf and the wolf pet, and I kind of had to pause there for a second. I'm like, huh? What are you doing here? This is an odd place to be stopped, but then again, it's a neutral mob area, so it's kind of a safe place to stop. If you have a dog or cat on fire moment, you need to step away unexpectedly. Let's grab these guys up here on the ridge for a minute. But yeah, I mean, we're almost another bar in here already. So that's not so bad with the current speed of things. I have not actually sat down and played a level straight through yet since we've been back, because I have been so super busy. But I need to. And I need to set up a timer while it's going and see roughly about how long it's gonna take as I give a lovely shot of the tree leaves. Okay.
I'm out of range.
Come here, young silver pelts. And we shall talk about things and stuff. So I hope everybody's day went well. Or as well as it could be. Now you can see I am playing on Rested. And there's nothing wrong with being on Rested. It's totally fine, it's allowed. Bloodthirsties, I would encourage you to play on Rested, or else you are gonna lose your mind. No, really. Some people are fine with it. It's just, you know, since it doubles your XP, if you're playing without the Rested on the Bloodthirsty challenge, that's twice as many mobs that you're gonna need to exterminate to get anywhere. So, it'll be a little bit faster for you if you are playing on Rested. Okay, that was really weird. I'm like, why did you stop in the middle of my mob? Is there a reason? I guess if there was a reason, it was a reason I was not privileged to. So that's fine. Alright. So we're gonna keep on grinding here. We've got about 3 bars to go. Now I am curious about something here. I have not checked this in a while. So my total kills are at 24,108. It's a decent handful of mobs. Let's see, is that tree up again? The tree gives me a nice chunk of XP. But I don't see him up. Okay. He kind of patrols through that little section there. And, you know, that's a nice chunk of XP for being able to kill him without too much trouble. Compared to the other things that I'm killing. So, if he's up when I come through, I try to snag him. But a lot of the time I don't see him. Just have to watch out for that gasp spell he does. Hasn't killed me, it hasn't hurt me too much yet. I have a feeling that could change as I level, so it's definitely something I want to be aware of and be in the habit of moving for. But then again, as a healer, as a raid healer, and as a raider in general, I'm standing in something and I don't know what it's about to do. I'm trying to move as fast as possible anyhow. Because I don't want to be melted to the floor. That's not going to be good for anybody involved. That will get us nowhere. And it's easier to move even if it was unnecessary than to not move and potentially be dead, so. Alright. Just hit the flash heal here for a second. Alright, and don't forget that all of the rules for all of the challenges, no matter what flavor you happen to enjoy, whether it's the original Iron Man or Tin Man, or the Bloodthirsty, or the Green Man, or the Pacifist, or the Teams challenges, which are fairly new. You know, you'll find all of the rules up on the website. On the main page for WoWchallenges.com, there's drop-down menus. One menu, I believe, is specifically for Iron Man, and the rules for that challenge are in there. And then the rules for the other challenges are under challenge variants, where you will find links to the leaderboards for the other challenges that show you where your fellow challengers are and who's hit max level. And all of the rules for each one is under its own challenge. So the Bloodthirsty rules will be with the Bloodthirsty set, and so forth and so on. Now, the only thing that's a little different is that the FAQ, the main FAQ, trying to figure out how to word this, that you'll see links to under the non-teams challenges. Pretty much cover all of the non-team stuff, potential questions, or potential issues that you're just not sure about. The teams are a slightly different animal. So they're going to have their own set of rules for each team type. And they also have their own separate FAQ. Because things are handled a little bit differently when you've got 2 or more in the team situation. So don't forget to brush up on your FAQ and teams stuff before attempting any of this. Because you don't want to flag yourself unnecessarily. Because you didn't realize something. And it could be something important. Excuse me. So, just saying. Save yourself some heartache. Now, if you see something in there and you're unsure about it, you know, you can feel free to ask in the WoW Challenges Discord. I can't guarantee that somebody's going to be able to answer you within moments of you asking your question. Because everybody's kind of scattered in different time zones in different parts of the world that are in there. But somebody should see it within, you know, a few hours. So, I mean, if you are waiting to do something involving your question, then, you know, and you really need to have that clarified, then I would just wait for somebody to answer you and work on something else until we do. Or just skip that if you're that unsure about it. Because that's also an option. We can skip stuff. If you're on an iron and you're questing and you're unsure of a certain quest and nobody's around that can really give you a solid answer, it's totally okay to skip something you don't know. Alright. So we're getting there, guys. Back to the bloodthirsty grind fest that this channel primarily was beforehand. We could do a little bit of the tin. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't set foot on too many other challengers here recently, so kind of interested to see how the XP is looking on the pacifist. I've seen some people saying that node gathering has jumped up in the amount of XP given recently. And I've not had the opportunity to hop on my pacifist since that change potentially came in. So, as long as everything goes okay here, we might actually hop over onto the pacifist and do a little bit on her. There's a few dailies I can do. And then we can do some grinding. Or some mining. Or herbing. Grinding the node spawns. Alright. Providing my weather holds. It was starting to rain a little bit on our way home. And I did check the radar before we got started, and I'm not seeing any storms in our area. It just looked like regular rain. Nothing to get too fussed over. Which is good, because we need the rain. It's been pretty dry here. Which isn't good. Alright, we got wolves this time. Okay. So we're gonna be careful about how we pull these guys, because these ones are a little close together. They're a little bit closer than I prefer them to be. Because they all look like they're just close enough where if they path in just the right way, if you pull one, you're gonna get 3. Or at least 2. but there is a pack of 4 up there. I think it's 4. And we don't want to aggro them, because we will most likely not survive. So that's fine. They can stay there. I don't want to interrupt their feast, because I don't want to become their feast. So that's cool. They're good. And they don't seem to care that I am murdering their friends. We are going to hug this wall like there's no tomorrow. Okay. Then we'll duck down here. And we'll start sorting our way through this mess once again. So, like, sometimes I pull that guy up there by the tree. Sometimes I don't. He's got to be in the right position. Like, where he's at now, he could potentially bring those guys up by that body. He needs to walk towards me a little bit. And... alright, looks like he is going to get a little bit closer. Okay, so it's 3 on that body. I thought it was 4. It's hard to tell from the angle I was at up on the hill. Looking down. Because this guy looked like he was in the same spot as them. Alright. So we're about 2 bars to go. So this is actually moving along fairly well. I am pleasantly surprised. And happy to be out of Oldham. Gotta tell you. Although that was my choice for staying there that long. So, can't complain too hard about, you know, I had other places I could go. It's just, I chose not to because we could still open chests in the cattle level area for the bloodthirsties. And not have to worry about, is this gonna flag me? Because some of those chests could be treasures when you get to Pandaria and up. So you don't want to be clicking on those on a bloodthirsty because of your quest allotment. Now, on this character it wouldn't have mattered quite so much because she's grandfathered in under the old rules where she was allowed to do X number of quests. I mean, I have not really quested on her, but yeah, so I mean, if I had accidentally touched something that counted as a treasure and a quest instead of a regular old world chest, then she would have been okay because she's so old. But it's not something that we really want to do. We definitely don't want to be clicking anything out here. Now, it might not count as a quest right away, but we have had Boz testing, one of the chat mods. And she said it didn't count as a quest when she first clicked on the treasures. However, when she logged out and logged back in, her quest count then increased and for quests completed. So we were like, oh, that's interesting. So, but this was also before 8.0 dropped and stuff. So, you know, do with the information what you will, but strongly advise you don't touch the chests/treasures in Pandaria and up. And you also want to be cautious on the rares. I would definitely not hit any rares unless you've tested them and you know what you're getting into. Definitely not out here. I think that would be asking for trouble personally. There's actually been some old world vanilla zone rares that have been giving people a bit of a hard time because they did not squish properly, and with the scaling, some of the spells, I think, missed their stat squish. So some people were, you know, experiencing normal behavior and then bam, got killed off by a spell that never used to kill them before when they had previously killed that rare before 8.0 dropped. So treat it like you've never touched it before if you really want to try it, and I would hit it with a scout first. And by scout, I mean comparable to level and gear as to your challenger, because you need to see how it's going to behave to a character that's in white gear or gray gear, or if you're running green man, even a green gear. So, but like, don't hit it with your main and be decked out in purples and legendaries and be like 20 levels higher and be like, oh, it was fine. No, that's gonna behave a lot differently when you put your challenger on it, if that's how you're testing. You're gonna be in for a really big surprise. And not a pleasant one either. Oh, that was a little bit of lag there. Why? I'm not showing that I'm lagging though, so that was a little bit of concern. Could have been the hill, maybe. Alright. Maybe it's the hill, because I just chugged there a little bit. Let's come down here. Oh, Gildy's getting some things done. My FPS behaves a little strangely on the hills for some reason. Not sure why. I was having a bit of that happen before 8.0 dropped, where I seemed kind of chuggy on the hills, but I just thought maybe it was my graphics card. Graphics card is not a new model. It's got some miles on it, that's for sure. But it's still kicking, which is all that really matters, I guess. And I don't have to have things on Ultra and stuff, so... I don't think I've ever played this game on Ultra, to be perfectly honest. I don't think I've had a system plus graphics card that could handle it. Alright. So we are under 2 bars to go here. Things are getting exciting. Okay. So we are, let's see, is the tree up? Are we even near where the tree walks through? Tree walks through over there, but I'm not seeing him, so that's okay. I might just be out of range, but that's fine. Let's finish up our tile books here before we start going after our floofy, wolfy friends. Alright. So, if you are interested in trying any of the challenges, you can head over to wowchallenges.com and check out all the information on them. See if it's something that you might want to do. It's like, where did that wolf come from? Okay, so he chased somebody. He's resetting. Good, good. Alright. And the wowchallenges.com website also has forums on there. So, I believe for Iron Man, some people have started a thread on quests that were kind of iffy, but that was before 8.0. I don't know what's been added to that thread since 8.0 has launched. I tend to not go on the forums just because there's others that take care of the forums and I'm not needed over there. I'm mostly in the Discords. And I leave the forum care to Fair, Stir, and Zaya.
I need to target something first.
They can have all the forum they want. I will stay in the Discords. Thank you, Zorts. And, yeah, so it's always good to read through everything and be sure it's something that's really for you, so you don't get frustrated when you try it and then you're like, oh, this is, you know, not for me. And one of the key things going in is that if you're brand new to these challenges, especially in the current environment, and you haven't wrapped your head around this new style of play, you're gonna have to go in expecting to die. No problem, thank you. Because it's gonna happen. It's how you learn what not to do. Lots of the veterans have died lots of times before getting to the finish line and getting their character to the max level of the current expansion. So, yeah, it's definitely a learning experience. And you can't really expect to come into this first time and get a perfect score, as it were, and complete it first go out of the box. We've had some first-time challengers get to a fairly high level for a new person to this style of play, and that's great, you know, fantastic, good for you if you're one of those that can get to the higher levels. But it's very rare that somebody brand new can come in and basically one-shot it. And a lot of people ask, oh, well, what's the hardest class? I want to play the hardest class. Speaking on behalf of the mods, well, at least a couple of the mods, not all of the mods, some of the mods. Let's learn to walk before we run. And start out with a class race combo that you know well. Because in this style of play, especially now, things are a challenge. So you're gonna be thrown a little bit because you're not gonna be able to run in and face roll in your normal play style like you could before on a normal character. And even for some of the veterans, they've had to adjust their play style as things have been cropping up as different, even now. So constantly have to be willing to adjust what you did know to be to what things are now, basically. Because if you can't adjust or are unwilling to adjust, then you're gonna have a hard time. Because you definitely can't play these guys like a normal challenger. Depending on your challenge, I guess. But even so, you want to have some degree of caution. Because even if you decide to go Green Man, where you're basically doing pretty much normal leveling but trying not to die, you still have to be cautious because, you know, that death is still there in a potential for happening. So let's get rid of the debuff, even though I caught it when it was almost over. What is this? I don't remember getting this before. Burden. Okay, movement speed. Alright. I wonder if I can use that on those Talbucks that keep charging through me. We'll try that the next time if I remember to hit it. Is this a radius? No. Okay, cool. Alright. I don't know why I'm bothering to remove that. I never catch it before it's almost done anyway. Doesn't seem to be hitting me too bad. And for those that are new to the WoW Challenges community, There is a podcast that Stone and Lita do once a week, usually once a week, unless something crops up. And they record it live on Twitch. So if you want to catch the show live as it's happening, they do that Saturday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern. And there's usually all kinds of silliness going on. And there's usually a guest on every week from part of the challenge community, which is nice to get to hear things from different people's perspectives, and you never know if you might learn something new. A tip or a trick that you didn't know before. So I mean, it's part of the whole adapting thing, you know? You might hear something that somebody's doing that they are having success with that you never even thought of doing or knew that you could do. Alright. Got a bar to go, guys. I think we're gonna hit 91 here. And in pretty good fashion, too. So I try to get the Paladin and the Bloodthirsty Paladin and the Pacifist done every week. I try. Some weeks are easier said than others to get that to happen just because of craziness going on in my schedule. But we're gonna see if we can at least get the Pacifist started. Getting a little late in the week for me to get her to her end goal. She's what? She's 73? I think. I doubt I'm gonna hit 75 before BFA drops. I don't have quite that much time. Because, let's face it, I am not used to being on a pacifist, even though I've gotten her up into the 70s. And, I still have to be really super careful on her. And keep telling myself as I'm out in the world doing a couple of dailies or looking for nodes to mine or flowers to pick that I'm on a pacifist. Because I had one incident where I had been playing a normal for a little bit. I was doing stuff on my main and I'd gone into Stormwind. I had just been in Stormwind on my main doing something. And so I switched over to my pacifist. I was like, oh, I need to get my daily cooking and fishing done. It's in Stormwind. And hopped on her, and I was doing something. I was flying over the canals, and I was like, oh, the rare swamp beast or whatever, that crocolisk that sometimes shows up in the canals was up. And I was like, oh, hey, it's up, and it's prey. I wonder what it'll drop, if anything. And I almost tapped it. And I realized, oh crap, I'm on my pacifist. And I was like, no, 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 no. So I had to quick get my flying mount up out of the water because I was about to tap it. I was that close. I was like, oh no, 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 no. What am I doing? So I had to quick regroup, and I was like, no, you are on your pacifist. I sit there for a few minutes. I'm like, no. Okay. I had to put myself in timeout, basically. Because that was a close call, and it's like, no, don't do that. Don't be a derpy doodle this far in the game on that character. It's like, no, don't. It was bad enough getting that far. Well, it wasn't really bad, but it was challenge enough. Okay, so it didn't, well, it did a little something, I guess. But was it enough to really make it worth doing it? I don't know. You're gonna rear up, that's fine. I am healing. And we will Hammer of Justice you. Or Judgment, excuse me. Silly trees. The trees in this area are just the right height to be in the way at times. Because I don't normally play this zoned in. I usually play at max zoom, but I can't. Because the trees are too low and too tightly packed here. So I keep getting a camera full of tree. And that's not a good thing. Alright. So let's see here. Moving on up into the next set of Talbucks. We are just about there. I'm getting excited now. It's always exciting when you get down to that last bar of XP. And it's like, oh boy, can we get there? Can we not fuck up? We're trying not to fuck up. Alright. Okay, we're gonna pop a heal. I mean, you have to be on your toes. I mean, healers probably have it a little bit easier right now. Just because you don't have to stop and eat quite so much. I would still carry food and water on you. Current food and water on you. If you don't have a heal, I would stock up on food in your bag. Not kidding. My one bloodthirsty warrior for a while was carrying about 4 to 5 stacks of food on her because she had to keep stopping to eat after every fight just about. And yeah, it was annoying, but hey, I was alive. If that's what I have to do, then that's what I have to do. And that's just the way it's gonna be. Because like I said yesterday, I purposely stopped doing first aid early to get myself into the new mindset of potentially not having access to bandages. I mean, yeah, I can try to get them off Auction House, but the server that I play on is a normal server. So there's no guarantee that I'm going to be able to find them on Auction House. I did a search before 8.0 came in and was only finding the high-end Legion quality stuff, which isn't going to help a low-level character because a lot of those bandages have a level requirement on them, like a minimum level requirement. So make sure that you can use them before you buy them, and hopefully you don't get price gouged. I have not actually spent much time in Auction House since 8.0 came out, and so I don't know if anybody's had them up on my server. I know some people in the challenge community are trying to put them up on the challenge servers that a lot of people play on. They've leveled a normal tailor and have been doing that at a fairly reasonable price so that challengers can try to get access to them. But you know, anybody that sees them has the potential to buy them, so. Alright. Got about half a bar left. Why do I keep trying to loot these friggin' Talbucks? Even though I know they're not going to drop anything. We've been through this. I must be truly insane to keep attempting to loot these guys. But on the other hand, you'd have to say I'm insane for the amount of characters I'm running also. I have one full, well, it was full until they updated the amount of characters you could have on a server. I have a lot of challengers, so I have a tin and an iron. That hasn't seen much love recently, but I'll get back on her after BFA drops. So I've got a tin and an iron. I do have a green man challenger. I also have a blood teams character. 3 iron teams characters. 1, 6 stone, swords. Husband, 4 iron team characters. Okay, I think that's all of them. And a pacifist and a whole shit ton of bloodthirsties. I want to say maybe 15 bloodthirsties? Maybe? Kinda sounds about right. I think that's what I was at the last time. So we definitely have a few characters in the works here. Alright. Okay, let's do a quick bit of a heal here. I mean, it's kind of sad that I'm not going to be able to go to auction house at the end of the level, because I didn't grab the flight point to Storm Shield when I was water walking my way down here. I was afraid to set foot. Excuse me. It's been a long day. I was afraid to set foot in over where Storm Shield was, and I was like, yeah, I don't know if anything's gonna get me. I just want to get to my destination and get off of this water and this weirdness, so I was just kind of like, okay, no side trips. Alright, so our buff's about to drop off there. Alright, wolves. This will probably be the last time I see you for this level. Alright, so we got that proc and that. Now remember, we do have specs now. Those were forced upon us, I believe, in Legion. So you're given one. You don't have the option anymore of picking one. Now, because they were forced onto us, we can change the spec, because a lot of people don't like the default spec of some classes. That's fine. You can change specs as much as you want. However, you may not choose talents. Talents are a big no-no. That goes for honor talents as well as regular talents. Because the new war mode is allowed for the challenges. We know that it gives a slight XP bump when you put yourself in war mode. However, you are susceptible to world PvP. So you are taking a huge risk with flagging yourself. And if you're ganked, well, sorry, but the death's gonna count because you flagged yourself. So death is a death. Doesn't matter how it happened, whether it was a DC, world server crash, a glitch, you got kicked off a boat into the middle of the water, out into fatigue land. Don't matter. Death is a death. So really think long and hard about flipping that PvP flag and going out there. 'Cause, yeah. You're not invincible, and you are a lot squishier than a normal character if you are in iron. So that is something to really keep in mind, because there's going to be people that are decked out in the PvP gear. There's going to be max levels that are bored trying to look to see if somebody's low level, and yeah. And it will be all sorts of something. I think I remember getting PvP flagged by accident on a normal character back when I started playing in BC and trying to run through Stranglethorn and just getting like 3 steps and dead, 3 steps and dead. And I'm like, leave me alone, I'm just trying to get to Booty Bay. I didn't mean to be PvP flagged. So yeah, it's definitely can happen. Alright, you guys. And this is... oh, I'm facing the wrong way. That's why nothing was happening. Alright, we're getting closer. This is gonna be a thing. I can feel it. Not sure how far away we are though here. have about 500. A little under. Oh, there we go. Alright. We have dinged, guys. We have made it to level 91. Amazingly enough. Alright, let's hearth while we... Oh, hey. What are these? These look like cloth. Oh, they're leather. Okay. So, let's get our slash played for the Twitters, because I like to take a screenshot. And do the slash played and how long it took to get there. So let's see here. This is Bloodthirsty Challenger. Soul Shield, who is a Ret Paladin. Dings 91. Proud of that 91. Slash played is 8 days, 17 hours, 13 minutes, and 58 seconds. Now that's just my in-game time. That's not my real-world time of play. Alright, now, achievements. And let's go up to, so what's our grand total on kills for this level? So 24, if I can learn to type here, total kills thus far is 24,213. Alright, so we're gonna send that to the Twitters. So that wasn't bad. That took about an hour to finish her off. Oh look, she's got another whole bar arrested. We could keep going. But no, we're gonna switch characters. I try not to do 2 levels in one go. Alright, we're gonna tuck that down there. Okay, so let's log out on her. That's been sent to Twitter. Awesome. And let's see here. We are going to switch characters. Oh, the shoulders are so ugly. They're like sitting on top of my shoulder. It doesn't feel like they're seated down properly. Ugh, alright. So, let's see what kind of trouble we can get into on the pacifist. Hang on, we have to update our thing here. WoW challenges. Pacifist. Challenger. Leveling. Okay. So let's update the title block. So that should switch over. Don't know if you're going to need to refresh or not. Alright, yeah, heal bots. Unspent talent points. I better have unspent talent points. Okay. Now. How now, brown cow? Okay. So, also for those that do not know, we have a WoW Challenges community that you can join, and you can also add it to your chat box so that it shows up in your main chat window if you so choose. And I need to change these colors so that they stand out a bit for me, so I know which channel they belong to. Okay. Alright. So, before 8.0 came in, I'd taken off all my gear. We recommend that challengers, before a big patch or a expansion drops, that if you're done playing your character before it drops or the night before it comes in, come in and take off all of your gear in case something gets flipped to a different quality than it was previously. So that way you don't log in and find yourself flagged because, oh crap, that white item got turned green. Or even a green item potentially turning blue. Stop that. Alright, so we need to get a royal monkfish. Pacifists can do the fishing and cooking daily, as long as it doesn't require you to kill something. If it's just, you know, gathering something, that's fine. Alright, so Penny's pumpkins, let's go do Penny's pumpkins first. Alright, so we're gonna head over to, where is that? By the hot air balloon, I think? No. It's not at the hot air balloon, but it's in that general direction. Okay. And I think that's Potato, who's being a noisy brat in the background. So again, I apologize for the loudness of the pigs at times, but that is out of my control. As well as the loud traffic that you'll sometimes hear. It's not so bad at night though. It's a lot louder during the day when traffic's heavier. Traffic doesn't seem to be as bad at this time of night, so hopefully it's not too obnoxious. But we live on a busy street. We live on the main road that goes through our small town. So we'll have semi-tractor trailers and dump trucks and septic tank trucks. Everybody that doesn't want to use the highway loop around the town comes right past our house, and can be a bit of a pain at times because they'll just be cutting through. It's like, you do know they added a special cut through. You don't have to come through town if you don't have business in town, right? But no, maybe their GPS wasn't updated, or they're just used to coming this way. So it's like, alright then. Okay, so there's our pumpkins. Okay. So we got that done. How much did that give us? It gave us 11,250 XP on the cooking daily, so the fishing daily should give us the same thing. So let's go ahead and try to get this fish here. Now you can only do one fishing daily and one cooking daily all together for like the home cities. So for like Darnassus, Ironforge, Stormwind, like you can't do the fishing cooking daily in each city. You have to pick one. So so you're not like triple dipping everywhere. It's like, no, you get to pick one of each, and you have to pick what city you want to do them in. Alright, so I think we have to catch a fish, a special fish, and then we have to cut it open, or click on it and it will cut it open, and see if this locket is in there. Okay, there's one of the quest fish, and it won't let you catch another quest fish until you got it. Okay, that was not our quest item. A cannibal from Area 52 has defeated Garloom in a duel. Well, alright then. It must be just outside the gates or something. Surprised I was close enough to pick that up. Unless they're up on the edge of this mountain here. Which I suppose is possible. Alright, so there's another quest fish. What do we got? And there is our locket. Alright. So we are going to head back to the fishing chick over here in the canals. And we're going to turn that in. And then, ow, that was my wrist. Then we're going to head to Darlaran.
Be careful.
Okay, so that was another 11,250. What did we get? Oh, really? Dang it. Alright, so
Need help?
some fish that I don't need, a healing potion we can't use, and a blue fishing rod that we cannot use. That was 10 silver.
Farewell.
That's something. Alright. Let's hearth to Northrend Darlaran. That was painful having to vendor that. Oh, I mean, I could have put it in my bank, but what's the point? I'll never be able to use it, so I might as well sell it. And still, 10 silver's 10 silver. Alright, so I, for some reason, don't have access to the cooking daily in Darlaran. I think my cooking's too low. I think that's why I don't have access to it, because I have access to the fishing.
What can I do for you?
So, dangerously delicious. Winter grasp. Nope.
Safe travel.
We are not risking that shit. Don't think so. So, I am not that adventurous. Because it'll be that one time that I go there on a whim to do that cooking daily, and somebody's gonna find me, and they're gonna be like, oh, you look out of place. And I'm going to do something about it. Alright. Now, my flight plan here is a little convoluted. We're going to go to the Tuscar village with the dailies at it. But instead of flying in a more direct version or fashion, we're going to go to Unape. We've had some people prior to 8.0 be on an automated flight point that took them over Winter Grasp and dropped them to the ground in Winter Grasp. Like, put them on a loading screen, and then suddenly they were on the ground in Winter Grasp in the middle of the battle, and PvP flagged, and they're like, I did not want this. And so, yeah, surprise! So, I try to purposely segment my flights now to keep that from ever potentially happening by making sure none of my flights go over Winter Grasp. So we'll go the scenic route if need be. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I am more than okay with that. All right. I am almost out of beverage. I'm actually a little hungry. Like, we had a late lunch. Well, I consider it late. It was like 1:30. And, was kind of still a little full from lunch when I was trying to shove something in my face for dinner. I ended up just making a salad. And now I'm kind of feeling hungry again, so I might have to have another salad before I go to bed tonight. So we shall see. How hungry I actually am when we get done here. It could be a small salad and and a mini single serving microwave cup of Kraft macaroni and cheese, because I still have a couple of those. So now I've got food on the brain. Sorry, while I'm in flight, I am just checking a few things on the Discord. Alright, so not too much happening there, and everybody else is taking care of things. So that is good. Oh, husband, take your pill. Take your medicine. The cats need to be fed, and they're sitting there looking at my husband like, who are you? Because a couple of them we think are getting a little hard of hearing. Because if you call them from the other room, they don't seem to even acknowledge the fact that you've done anything. But if you actually walk into the same room they're in and you yell, food, they're like, oh, food. Although there's a couple times our one cat that we brought with us from New Jersey, we're like, come on, food. And she's just kind of sitting there looking at you like, huh? We're like, food. She's like, what? There's been a couple times I've had to pick her up and I'm like, food! And take her into the kitchen, and then she's like, oh, okay. We're gonna eat now. And of course the pigs are hearing the word food and they're like, oh, food for us? We'll eat it? And I'm like, no. This is not food for you. Far from it, in fact. Alright. So, today's fishing daily was a bust. That's okay. It's gonna have to be okay, you know? There's not much we can do about that. And we're gonna try to very, very carefully do this, this basket quest without getting a proximity kill. And I've been doing this for the past few levels and been okay. So let's see. Here, the daily dude is here.
Your company
Okay.
is welcome.
So yeah, we want to fly very high away because there's somebody standing there actually killing something. Alright, so there's 3 baskets right there. 1. 2. And 3 is right around the corner. So I'm gonna get back on my flying mount because I don't know what this guy's up to or what direction he's planning on going in, and I don't think I want any parts of it. Okay, these guys are running ashore. Oh, are they running towards me? No, they are running away, so we're gonna snag that super quick. Nothing seems to be going on right here. We'll just kind of tiptoe in and grab that one. Oh, and these guys are coming back, so perfect. So we'll grab this one, that'll be 7, and 8 will be right here. Fantastic. I mean, it doesn't give a whole lot of XP, but you know, we've gotten, what? We'll have gotten over 30,000 XP by just doing a couple of
Who is this
daily quests here, so.
Is it again? Wait.
Yeah, so we're at almost 40,000. That's not so bad. Alright, now we're going to venture towards Sholazar and see what these flowers are now giving us. Oh wow, that is an increase. Holy cow. Okay, that's fascinating. All right. the XP on the Fireleaf. Oh my god, Potato. Yes, you'll get fed soon, I swear. Holy shit. So the XP on Fireleaf had dropped quite a bit. I do remember what Gold Clover was giving me the very last time I snagged one. So that should be interesting to see. I think the last time, before the patch came in, Gold Clover was giving me 190, excuse me, XP. And the normal nodes of Serenite were giving me, at level 72, I believe it was 1600. And the rich nodes were still giving me, like 21. Alright, so here's a Gold Clover. Now remember, it was giving me 190 previously. Wow. Okay, they raised that back up, so it's back to 2200. Wow. That's impressive. That will definitely help, because I was flying around in Sholzar almost beside myself because there was more Gold Clover than anything, and I was like, oh my god, this is not cool. This is gonna take that long with that little XP. And then I was like, oh, where on earth am I gonna go when I hit the point where it's not gonna give me anything worth picking it? Because my archaeology sites suck right now, the ones that I have available, so I need to wait for me to be a slightly higher level, or maybe they'll be adjusted with potential zones being moved around or changed or whatever to who's in charge of them. I don't know, probably not. But probably not gonna mess with the archaeology zones until 8 point or BFA actually completely launches. Because 2 of my zones are just in a horrendous location. Absolutely horrendous. I've got one in the middle of an ogre camp that is extremely tiny and extremely packed with ogres, where you can't really take more than a step before you're walking into a mob, and that's no good. That's not gonna work. I mean, even if they are great to me, that's too much potential for them to walk into me and trigger, and I don't want any parts of that. So we're gonna have to skip that dig site. And I've got 3 dig sites in Stranglethorn, which I'm none too pleased with. Don't know how I feel about them. There's all kinds of potential for things to be weird there. And Bear?
Mm-hmm, I heard her.
Okay. And so, you know, we'll see what happens with those, but I think I definitely want to wait until maybe a week or 2 after BFA settles down, maybe 3 weeks, before venturing back out on a challenger, because, you know, things and stuff. And I'll probably be working a bit on my main anyhow, leveling and such. Get the main squared away and then move on to other things. And of course now there's like nothing out here, so we might end up switching back over to a Bloodthirsty, because there's like nothing to mine out here, and that makes me sad. So we're gonna come up to River's Heart, because I don't have an inn out here because I couldn't quest, so I couldn't set up the Hemingway's Inn. I mean, it's still kind of there. I guess it would give me rested, but I don't have a flight plan for it, I guess is the better word. So, I'm just gonna end up coming down here to River's Heart, and I do see there are flowers down there, but it's also a little tightly packed with things I don't necessarily want to deal with at the moment. So we're going to come down here, and we're gonna chill out at the flight point. What is that? It's a tiger lily. You know what? What's tiger lily gonna give us? Because you seem to be in a relatively safe spot for picking. Probably gonna give us 2200. Yeah, okay. That's good. That's very good. I'm happy to see that, because I was getting a little worried about how long it was going to take to get through a level on that one. Alright, so we're going to back our butt up to here. Alright, so let's see what else we can get into. Let's see, I think we're going to hop over to another bloodthirsty here. I've got a couple. Bloodthirsty challenge. Really? If I can learn how to spell. Okay. So let's update that. So I was able to see what I wanted to see on there. And I actually have, let's see, who did not... Alright, you know what? I don't think I've touched her in a bit. So let's hop on my little priest, who's all of level 37. Let's get her some love. Okay, yes, talents. They were never picked to begin with. Okay, so let's put her gear back on. She was in some green and some gray. She had a mix of gear. Alright, so she doesn't have any bandages. Alright, so Hearthstone still all good. We should probably pick up some better food, because we let that lapse a bit. Is this our current level? No, it's not. Okay. So let's get some updated beverages as well, because it can be rather thirsty killing things. Okay, so we are 37. And I'm probably not going to be killing rares, as much as that saddens me, because those were some nice chunks of XP. I'm a bit afraid to touch a rare now. So we are going to come down into the lock, if I can find the damn ramp going down for a change. There we go. And we'll probably kill some murlocs and stuff on the other side here, where we hopefully won't be in the way too much of other people doing their thing. We can always go and get some boars and stuff. I know they're a quest item, but it doesn't seem that busy out here at the moment, so we shouldn't be bothering too many people. Alright, so we're gonna go this way, because you can cut across to the other side of the lock, behind the cultist camp, or right next to it. Either side. You can still get your way over there. Okay. And, oh, these guys are dropping linen, so that's cool. Linen's a good thing. We can sell that on the auction house. And hopefully the tailors will use it for bandages. And hopefully they'll repost those bandages for selling at a price that people can afford. Well, it's hard to say because apparently they streamlined it, I think, because not that many people were using first aid, or not enough people were using first aid to justify it as a separate entity in the spellbook. And I can understand that. I mean, most healers probably don't use it because they've got their own deals, so they've got their own healing spells and what have you. I mean, I took first aid on my normal priest and like never used it, so I kept leveling it, but I never really used it, so it's kind of weird. I mean, there were times where I'm like, why am I leveling this when I can just use a healing spell? Alright, is the doc gonna get you? No, I had to actually get you with the spell. Okay. So we'll see how far we get on the priest here. Don't know how far we will actually get, but we'll see. We've got about an hour and a little to go. Should be a good gauge of... Oh, hey, we have things that we don't have in our book. Okay, so Desperate Prayer was brought. Oh my god, I can't talk. Desperate Prayer was brought back for discipline. Holy Nova is back as well, and priests got their power word Fortitude back. So that's nice. We're gonna put Psychic Scream up top. Gonna buff ourselves. Okay, now because it was part of my spellbook, I can put it on me. So that is just lovely. I did miss having that. It kind of felt weird when they took it away. Just was something odd about, you know, not being able to buff after having it for so long. Okay. I see a Murloc up here. Tasty, tasty Murloc. Maybe one day we'll get Murlocs as a playable race. I don't know if they'll ever do it, but it would be nice. That certainly brings some humor into things. Okay. This one's running around like a nut. Let's grab this guy first. He looks like a good starting point. Get the bubble going again. I also like that they took the cooldown off of Power Word Shield. The Forbearance cooldown. So it's kind of nice that we can spam it again. The only problem is it doesn't seem to be as tough as it used to be, but you know, you can't have everything. So it's either a non-spammy bubble that's a little bit thinner, or a bubble that's a little bit tougher, but you can't spam it like crazy, so one or the other, folks. One or the other. Alright. Bear, is that on low or is that on fan?
It was on low 5. I brought it up now to high 5.
Okay. Just felt like it was getting stuffy in here again. Unless your chair's blocking it. Alright. So, I guess I really don't need to stay in Loch Modan if I'm really not that worried about the rares anymore. I could actually, I guess, head to Arathi. Level 37. Where would I normally be at level 37? Let me stop and think about this for a minute. Where did I used to go at this point? Probably Hinterlands. But, I don't want to come across that rare bear, because that bear's trouble. So Western Plague is an option. Western Plague. Western Plague is definitely an option. Hey James! What's up? I think that's James. If it's not James, then I just made a total fool of myself, but I think it's James. Alright, we're gonna move. I'm not feeling this zone since I'm afraid to go after the rares now. I don't have... I have Airy Peak. Oh boy, James has mead. You're gonna be getting yourself into all sorts of trouble tonight. Hope you don't have work tomorrow. You made it? Really? Oh, jeez. Moderation, sir. Moderation. Well, that's a lot cheaper than buying it, right? Because you said it was super expensive. And then you would be sad when you finished the bottle in one night. Oh my goodness. I would imagine it would take a while. Has to do all sorts of fermenty type things. We're so technical here in this stream. Fermenty type things is a new technical term. I'm just gonna check on the weather super quick while I'm in flight. Alright, so yeah, I'm disappointed. I thought we were gonna get more rain than we did. It kind of, well, it looks like we did have a shower or two. And then it kind of fizzled. Just sad, we really need the rain. You made about 2 gallons for $30, where before it was $30 for 750 milliliters. Holy Christ. I'm doing Bloodthirsty. I do have an iron, and a tin, and a green, and like 4 on an iron team, and 1 on a blood team, and a whole bunch of Bloodthirsties. So, we're gonna head over to Western Plaguelands. It's okay, sometimes I forget to change the title. We got the Bloodthirsty Paladin to level 91 a little bit ago. So that was good. And there's a loud truck going by. Thank you, Mr. Truck. And thank you, guinea pigs, for putting in your 2 cents. So, and then we hopped on the Pacifist, which is no killing allowed. And I got to see the XP changes on some of the nodes, flowers in the ore, which was a very welcomed increase. So that was good. Shouldn't take quite as long as I thought it was going to for the next level. And because Sholazar Basin seemed kind of busy and I was not finding anything up to pick or mine too quickly, then we decided to swap Back to Bloodthirsty. And now we're on my Bloodthirsty Priest Soul Snuffer, like a candle snuffer. And we're heading to Western Plague. Yeah, it's a bit of a slog, especially when I'm used to being on things where I kill non-stop, and then to go to something that I can't kill anything on. It's definitely a change of pace, and I have to kind of put the brakes on and be like, whoa, make sure you know what you're doing. Alright, so we're gonna head up to Western Plague here. There's a good number of bears that we can go after that we should be okay on. I don't know why I'm checking for this rare, because I'm gonna be too much of a pansy to attack it, and it is up. Oh. That's got 500 more health than me. No, we're gonna leave it alone. We're gonna leave it alone. I mean, we are only 37, but I really don't want to start over if I don't have to, because I didn't listen to myself and attacked it. Anyway. But, you know, at least the big one is still alive. My 91. Well, my now 91. After her terrible, terrible close call the other night. Scared the crap out of me. Because I didn't scout well enough. Had a pack of wolves run into me in Shadow Moon Valley that I did not know were going to do that. Oh, you know what? I need to be on this. Oh, well, no, actually I have a little bit before the river. Okay, so these owl beasts scale now. They did not, I don't remember them scaling the last time I ran this direction. It's been that long. So we're gonna have to make sure we don't get ourselves into too much trouble here. Okay, so we're gonna cut up this back way. I mean, I could have gone the back way from, or like the side way into Western Plague by the lake, but that was gonna involve working my way through some of the wolves there, and I guess it's kind of 6 of one, half a dozen of another, but this seemed to be the more safer option, I suppose. Alright, now I want my water walking. You can use your water walking mounts and your vendor mounts. All of the mounts are allowed, even your heirloom mounts. And that is the only thing with the word heirloom attached to it that you are allowed to use. No heirloom gear. So no heirloom trinkets, no heirloom rings, no heirloom necklaces. Nope, nope, nope. The only thing with the word heirloom is just that bike, that chauffeured bike. That's it. Alright, so can I think I can I get, yeah, there's a pass there. Okay. Although, it looks like this way will get me there too. If I'm looking at the map correctly. Yeah, so it's just taking me up there sooner, but we can squeak in this way. Alright, so we're gonna head for the road there. And I forgot there's hostels over here. So we should probably be paying attention to where we're running. Alright. So there we go. So we're going away in October, James. So that's gonna be fun. We're actually going on a real vacation. And not the weird vacation that we went on to New Jersey to help my dad move back down here. Actually going on a vacation where we don't have to do anything when we get there. Alright, so picked up the flight point. Should probably set the Hearthstone.
Light be with you. Farewell.
Okay, I feel like I'm too high for a gnome. I don't know. This feels weird. I know that there was something about where they anchored the camera being adjusted. But now it feels a little weird. Like, it feels too high. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Oh, we are going to Key West, where we got married. And the dogs may or may not be coming with us. Plans were shifting around a little bit after we originally made them, so we'll get all that sorted soon. But yeah, we're gonna go down there. We're gonna be gone for about a week, but we're driving, so we're really gonna be gone like 2 weeks. Because we're gonna take our time and drive there, and if there's anything interesting that we want to check out on the way there, we're going to. If it looks like it's quick enough to check out, because we've got a little bit of extra time to play with, but not a whole lot, at least on the way there. I mean, we could always check it out on the way back, if need be. Because the place that we're staying at has a hotel check-in starts at 4 in the afternoon, but their office closes at 6. So it's like we have a 2-hour window to get there. I mean, I guess if we're running late, we can call ahead and be like, yeah, we're stuck in a traffic jam. Can you please let somebody still be there for when we get there? We have no idea how long we're going to be sitting in this traffic. No, he's not there anymore. By his own choosing, it was getting difficult for him to get in, even though at one point the plant manager had said, well, you know, I'm not gonna fire you, just come in and work whenever you can. But there were days where she would call and tell him what, you know, she had going on and what she wanted him to do, and then it was kind of extra pressure to come in and show up and do this special project for her. And we didn't fully believe that she wasn't going to fire him for missing so much time, even though he's on an open schedule. So he's posting stuff for his uncle and the uncle's business partner to eBay for them, and jet ski parts and washer parts and stuff. And they are giving him a percentage of the sales for photographing and doing all of the posting work. So that's what he's got going on right now. Which is a little bit easier for him to handle at the moment. Though his uncle's a little, how to explain this? Over enthusiastic and perhaps, not quite realistic expectations on what some things could sell for as a used item. So he'll like be wanting Russell to post it for X amount when that's not really a feasible price based on what other people are selling them at and what it's actually worth as a used item. So there's some stuff that he's like, oh yeah, you can get X amount of dollars for this, and Russell will look it up on there, and they might be selling for $5, and at that point, since he's paying for shipping out of the profits, there's no point in posting it. So because he does free shipping for the people buying. Oh, yeah, well, whatever. Doesn't matter. I don't care. But, you know, things are things, and I kind of figured that out the second time I read that. I was like, huh? And I was like, oh, that's probably what you meant. But yeah, we had to go to New Jersey and help my dad move back. Sure you are, James. Sure you are. Oh, so yeah, that was an interesting week and a half that I don't ever want to do again. Because that was a trial. I mean, it wasn't that we had a whole lot to do. It was more of my mother being a pain in the ass. And the inflatable bed we got to stay at my dad's apartment didn't work out, so then we ended up having to get a hotel anyhow. My poor neck was so angry. It was giving me all sorts of migraines. Oh wow. Have you fed the pigs yet?
No.
Okay. Alright. So we're gonna grab this one down here. It's actually kind of nice here at the moment. I haven't seen it quite this empty in some time. It's usually all kinds of people working on this bear quest. And you can see the XP fluctuations based on the level that these guys are. We can have specs. I am in discipline spec. We actually have to have a spec now. We don't have a choice in that matter. Since Blizzard forced spec selection on you when you hit level 10 now, so however, you don't have to stay in the default spec. You can change it. Yeah. So that way, if the default spec is just not your cup of tea, and you just loathe it with an absolute passion, you can go ahead and swap and pick something a little more to your liking. I mean, the leveling does feel a little bit slower on this one, but then again, she's a caster, so it's going to. But at the same time, she's handling these bears fairly well. I'm not used to seeing the forbearance cooldown missing, so I keep thinking that since the bubble's not grayed out that I need to put it back on. So now I'm like putting it on too much. Although I don't know if there's really such a thing as too much bubble. Probably not. I mean, if it keeps you alive, it can only be a good thing, right? Except for health potions. Health potions you can't do. That would not be a good thing. Alright, so there's a bear here. Well, I guess we're not doing too bad. I mean, we haven't really been on the ground that long over here. And we're a couple bars, well, we're a good bar in. That's not so bad. So, you know. The Bloodthirsty challenge is definitely not a challenge for someone that's looking for instant gratification. Well, I guess Bloodthirsty and Pacifist, really. Because they both involve quite a lot of grinding just at different ends of the spectrum. So it's gonna take you a little while to get your kills in since you can't quest. Just like it's gonna take you a while on your pacifist once you get to a certain level. Excuse me. To do all that farming. And hey, some people love to sit there and just fly in circles and pick the flowers and hey, cool. I don't mind it in small doses, especially small doses when the levels get higher. But I think that would be worse watching that than this, because at least this I'm actively killing stuff with and what have you, instead of tiptoeing around mobs trying not to make anything angry. But we did get 3 dailies in on her today, on the pacifist. We got the cooking and fishing in Stormwind, and we got the Tuskar basket daily at that little village there in the tundra of Borean. Alright. So we'll have to see what dailies I can get tomorrow. I've just been so busy that I hadn't had the chance to log in ahead of time and get that much done on her. So she was sort of a spur of the moment. Let's hop in on her and see what's what and check out this XP change on some of the nodes kind of deal. So that wasn't quite so bad. Oh look, see, we're up to 3 bars. Not too shabby. Okay. And I can't fly yet, so I have to keep her mentally separated from the pacifist priest who does have flying, because that could get a little awkward. Thinking I'm on a mount that can fly and jumping off something and being like, oops, a doodles. That wasn't a flying mount. Okay. I have to remember to pick up flying on my death knight, because she still hasn't picked it up. I think I just have enough money for it. But I think that's going to involve a trip to Darlaran, because I didn't see anybody selling it at the Horde base camp out in Borean, unless I walked past it 5 times. It's very possible, because I don't know the Horde side very well. I don't really play the Horde side on a normal tune. Although that reminds me, I kind of might go and do the Horde side on the BFA event, because I do have a 110 that I boosted on the Horde side, so that I could do my allied race unlocks for them. So I might actually take her over there, because some people were saying that the Horde side of that event so far has been pretty interesting and has had a bit more to it than the Alliance side has. So I might go and check that out. I'll probably have to redo her bars entirely, but at least I picked a priest, so I knew what I was doing, instead of some weird obscure class that I hardly play. Alright, so there's a bear through these trees. So let's get him. Alright. As my little gnome is screaming in terror from being attacked by this huge bear. Shaggy black bears. Okay. So, James, do you ever mini golf? James lives near me, so that's why I'm asking him. You don't. Okay, well you're no help then. Never mind. I was gonna ask you which mini golf course you like better, Gator or Locomotion, but that's not gonna help me then. I'm trying to figure out where I'm gonna go for my birthday.
What are the options?
Gator or Locomotion, I think. I don't know if that other place has anything.
Try one or the other.
Yeah, but that's a lot of money. There was another place, and I can't remember what it was called, but I think that was up near Rogers. I can't really bowl with my back. That would be terrible. If I did manage to get through a set, I probably wouldn't be able to walk the next day. Okay. So let's head this way. There's some exploration XP. That's fantabulous. Alright. So yeah, we're probably gonna mini golf and dinner. Oh, maybe we can go to sorry, medication alarm. Maybe we can go to Mama Chow's.
If you want, I can try.
Well, I mean, there's stuff there that you'll eat, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, if I can make it there, I mean.
Okay. Because you can't always eat something at the steak places, so
Well, the last couple times I've tried doing food sucked.
So I mean, I'd be okay with Mama Chow's trying that.
Are you okay doing the mini golf on a separate day or at least a separate trip? Because again, we're never sure how I'm gonna handle it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Since the Chinese food place is a bit of a drive. For us, at least. Okay. Actually, it might be better to have mini golf on a different day anyhow.
Why?
Things and stuff. But, we'll see. We'll see.
Based off the timing?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
We'll see. One thing at a time. Alright. Stop attacking my little gnome and stop shredding it to pieces, Mr. Bear. Alright, I'm trying to be zoomed in on this one so you guys can actually see what she's doing. But I keep zooming out on instinct because I don't normally play this zoomed in. But her camera anchor is different now, so things feel weird. I didn't feel it as much on my main that's a gnome, but I am definitely feeling it on this one. For some reason. Don't know why. Alright. But you know, we're not doing too shabby here. I mean, I know it looks like it's taking forever, but usually those first couple of bars into a level and then the last couple of bars into a level feel like the worst. Because it's like, oh my goodness, I'm just getting started. Look at all this XP, I have to go. But then, you know, once you start to get a little ways in, you know, it's like, okay, and then you have the halfway point as a gauge, and you're like, okay, I'm almost to halfway, cool. Not too bad. And then, you know, once you get past the halfway point, then it's like, oh, cool, I'm like X number of bars from the end. And then when you get down to like the last 2 to 3 bars, it's like, oh my god, when is this level gonna end? At least for me. Because, you know, I'm like, go, 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 kill the stuff. Let's get all of the XPs ever. Which is a little difficult to pull off now. And survive. So you have to kind of take it one mob at a time on these ones. Even though it's a little bit of a slowdown. Especially when I compare it to my main that's like decked out in all of the gear. You can just take on an entire horde of mobs and not even really flinch. But you have to remind yourself that no, this is not a normal toon. It does matter if I pull too much. And you're better off pulling a single mob instead of 3. Because you never know when that one's gonna respawn and walk into you that you didn't see coming from an opposite direction. Where are you? There you are. It's like I knew you were on the other side of this tree. I couldn't get a clear click on you. Yes, I'm a clicker. Sorry. It's just the way things are. Alright. Okay, so I did see gray shoulders pop up here. And, 4 armor. They're the same shoulders as what... Oh, well, they're a different color. But they're the same armor. But you know what? These ones actually kind of go with our outfit a little bit more, so we're gonna put those ones on. And I'm gonna open those because those are actually worth more open than not. Oddly enough. Okay. Back to the killing of things. So, and we've got these lovely NPC guys walking through that are fortunately not touching our mobs. Because that was a problem in some areas where they're like, oh, you're killing something. I am NPC saves the day. I will help you. And it's like, no, I'm good, dude, really. An NPC saves the day. No, I shall assist you. And then you take a shot or a hit to your XP and it's like, oh, thanks, NPC saves the day. I had it under control, but thanks. And then, you know, you lose like 100 XP or whatever because NPC saves the day had to help you. So that's just something to keep an eye on, because I mean, now that people can multi-tap, well, they've been able to for a while, but when they do, you know, you lose. Oh shit, that's not what I wanted to do. I knew that was gonna happen. I wanted this. I'm gonna move those around. So, see, before this was in a different place and things were better. For some reason in my brain, I thought that the dog was gonna end up psychic screaming as well, even though he's green to me. I don't know why I thought he was gonna get tangled up in that. Because he didn't, and that was silly to think, oh shit. Oh, that's okay. I never knew that was there before. I really want that bird, but I'm really afraid to kill it. That's a really weird color too. Like a yellow, dirty yellow and black parrot. I don't think I've seen that one before. Okay. Sorry, had to adjust something. Okay, so we're gonna give him some room. Oh, that's killing me not to go after him, but I'm afraid. I'm afraid. We've had some people having weird things happen on some rares, so I think I'd rather live to fight another day. Okay, you just zoned out. Oh, that's right. There's this weird kind of dead zone around that property. And the whole bunch of the burning corpses, it's really creepy. Okay. Oh, did these spiders get a reskin? Some of the spiders did. Ooh, these did get a reskin. Oh my word. Yeah, those are a lot creepier than they were before. Holy crap. So we need some fire, and we need some sticks that we can transport the fire on. And let's just start burning all of these spiders because holy cow. Not happy. That's terrifying. Ooh. Ick. Ick. Okay, what about the other spiders up here? Let's see what that looks like now. Where are you? I seen you. Kind of. Through the bushes. Through the bushes and around the tree. Where did you go? Oh, there you are. Come here. I need to see you. Oh, yeah. That one got reskinned too, Zorts. Holy shit. Oh, it actually looks fuzzy now. It looks like the little fuzzy pipe cleaners. Like the extra fuzzy ones with the bumps on them. Oh. Oh man, I got the chills now. Damn spiders. Yeah, that's a little too on the nose. I don't like that. Ugh. I mean, yeah, I'm killing them, but they need to burn. They all need to burn. We should, like, collect them all up in a big net and drop them on top of the tree when it starts to burn. That would take care of matters, wouldn't it? That's enough spiders. Ick. Very much ick. So we're about 5 bars in. That's not bad. On a fresh level. Without having anything done beforehand. Or at least we wouldn't have been around to see them. Although the world would have been on fire, wouldn't it, for the most part? Although with our luck, if we had let him win, then he would have armor-plated all of the spiders and made us ride them. Alright, we're gonna pick up this flight point here. And there is a repair person, even though I have a repair mount. We're going to dump the bags here. Alright. And she doesn't really have anything for us. Oh, wow. Okay, so that's actually slightly more damage. How is that slightly more damage? Oh, okay, it's not worth it. Never mind. Alright, so let's see what things look like over here. Because I haven't been out here in forever. There should be mobs here. Why isn't there... Okay, I think somebody came through and killed those recently. So here's another bear. This bear looks like it also got... Yay for being out of range, because that would have pulled them both. That bear looks like that got a slight reskin too. Alright, can I pull you without the bear? Yes. Awesome. Okay. So that's good. So we pulled that just right. So that we didn't end up with a bunch of stuff. Alright, now we're gonna have to deal with the bear. Hey Zorts, bear center. Ha ha! I haven't had a chance to do my bear jokes lately. Much to your enjoyment, I imagine. Because you hate my bear left, bear right jokes. Okay, now there's also gnolls out here somewhere in this direction. I wonder if they got a reskin. It's been a while. It's really been a while since I've been out here. So Zorts is going to be streaming in a little bit, excuse me. I think if he's still doing it, he's going to be doing his Iron Team with Razorus. I think I'm saying that correctly. And their Iron Team, Zortza Rex, or was it Razazortzasaurus Rex? I can't remember whose name came first. But I know it was a mouthful and involved Saurus Rex in there somewhere. Because my memory is terrible. Okay. So, he did drop money. So, oh, there's another one. These guys do look a little beefier, I will say. They kind of all look like Hogger now, though. What's up with that? Am I crazy? They look very Hogger-esque. Or at least this particular type. Razazortzasaurus Rex. And they are running troll hunters with their ever faithful companion raptors. Voodoo and Voodont. I think I'm remembering that correctly. Oh wow, there's like a horde out here killing things. So that's where all the people are in this zone. Whole bunch of them right there. See, I remembered the pet names. My brain's not total mush today, at this moment. It's like flipping a coin on every little thing. I gotta remember this. Maybe. Maybe not. Alright, and I think they're starting soon. No, they're starting about an hour. So we've got time to get comfy, get your snacks, get your drinks all lined up. Have your dinner if you need dinner. And then you'll be entertained by those two. What level are you guys? I'm just curious. I don't remember. I don't remember if you said. And I think you've played since I last looked. At least I think you did play. And the teens, okay, the last time I saw you guys were still, you had like just gotten on the list, so. The last time I saw you on the list. And I couldn't remember what day that was. Okay. So let's see, let's go this way. I've kind of stopped going in a specific direction here. Just kind of going where the wind takes us, but I'm still keeping an eye to make sure I don't double back too hard into a section that I've just killed. I was kind of heading for the gnolls, but there was so many people in there, even though, you know, it's like, yeah, 3 really counts as so many. But even another person killing in the same spot that you're in can speed up the respawn rate, it seems. At least that's what I've encountered. And I really don't want these things respawning on top of me. So I'm okay with moving a bit wider out, farther out. And then going from there. And then, you know, less chance of somebody tagging what I'm killing and cutting my XP on me, so it's okay. I am willing to do that. Alright. So, I made brownies today for my dad. Not from scratch, they were from a box. He had bought them when we went food shopping a couple weeks ago, but it was so hot. I was like, yeah, I'm not lighting the oven right now for that. And so I finally remembered to make them today. And the last time I made brownies, I tried to do the fudgy version. Because I was like, oh, you know, I like fudgy brownies. I didn't have a pan size that was on the box that I was aware of, so I kind of winged it, and they were still wet inside, and I was like almost up to cooking them for an hour, and I'm like, yeah, this is really weird, so kind of fucked them up. But when I made these for him today, I'm like, you know, the last time we tried fudgy, they just did not work. So let's go with the cakey brownies instead. And then I thought we had a pan. We were originally going to get a disposable one that was of the correct size listed on the box, but we're like, you know, we have some kind of baking dish at home that's brand new, still in the box. I have no idea what size it is, but it might be about this size. It was a little off. The baking size was in quarts and milliliters, and I'm like, yeah, but is it a 13 by 9 or an 8 by 8? So I was just kind of, I'm like, it doesn't look like anything. It looks like a size in between. And I don't know what to do about this. So we kind of measured the pan, and it was like in between 2 different sizes on the box, and I'm like, fuck. So we kind of went with the middle-sized pan, and we're like, okay. So we're gonna go with the minimum baking time, and then we're gonna check on it, and then we're gonna go from there. So I might have cooked it a little bit longer than I necessarily had to, but I was trying to make sure it was actually done in the middle. So this is a stamina, haste, versatility. So I don't get intellect, but it's better than the white staff I have. Huh. Okay, I was expecting a mace, not a stick. Gotta tell you. I don't know if I want to use that. I think I'm gonna think about that. I gotta think about that. 'Cause that looks really dumb. Alright, let's see if I can kill you before the other one becomes a problem. I think we're gonna back up a little bit. Okay. We might want to back up a little bit more. Okay, good. He's going back from whence he came. Whence he came? I don't know. He's going away. That's all that matters. Alright. You are walking in my direction, so we'll deal with you next. And that one's making me nervous. They all look like Hogger. A little bit. Like, even this one kind of. So I guess they reskinned them to look like that. Alright, so let's get you. Because you're making me upset because you're walking much too close. For my liking. Much, much too close. Alright. So let's deal with that. Okay. Those have been dealt with. So let's... Oh, more spiders. And a lone brown fox. Up here all by himself. Walking right on top of this shaman. Are you guys gonna separate? Or... They're kind of joined at the hip. So let's come this way. And we'll take on this guy instead. Because I really don't want them both at the same time, if I can help it. Because it looks like stuff's just respawning up in here. Okay. So I think Stone really wants to play Team Stone Puppets. So, yeah, I don't know what to tell you about that, but I think he really wants to play them. But you're actually going to be getting more XP on your own than you were with us, so it might not take you that long. To be perfectly honest. Okay, I don't know why these guys are just kind of hovering. Well, that's that weird horde bike. No, that's not the weird... Wait, is it? Is that the goblin drake or is that that weird... Yeah, no, that was the contest one. Alright. So let's head back in the other direction that we were originally working towards. Because these gnolls feel like they're in a weird respawn rate now. And they're kind of all on top of each other. And I'm not liking that too much. Not really. Alright. We're getting there, ever so slowly. Oh, there's a bear over there. But there's a wolf first. Let's get Mr. Wolfed. And we'll deal with him. Okay. I keep forgetting that I have to reapply power word pain right before the mob seems to die. I mean, I don't have to put it on, but it speeds things up a little bit. Or, you know, the bear could put a debuff on you that increases the damage you do, but also the damage you take. You know, because... Oh, look! There was a shield in that bear's stomach. Oh my. Okay. It's a little tiny shield. Alright. Come here, Mr. Hulking Bear. We need to speak about a few things. Number one, about all of the people coming through here that you're terrorizing. And number two, you really need a bath. We have standards in this neck of the woods here. Alright. So let's head up in this direction. And there's another plague bear. And we might be stopping a little bit early tonight. Just because my voice is still getting used to talking this much again. It's been a while since I've talked this straight. This many days in a row. And I'm gonna need to have some sort of voice left tomorrow because Zorts and I might be doing something. I don't know what we're doing, but we might be doing something. I don't know if it's Blood Team, if it's our Iron Team. We should probably just bite the bullet and head out on Team Puppet. Yeah, but we'll figure it out. It'll be something. It'll be stuff and things, or things and stuff. We'll figure it out. Okay. So maybe we'll finish out this XP bar. I'm really hungry too, so that's probably why we're gonna stop a little bit early as well. Starving all of a sudden. Like, holy cow, am I starving. Alright, so Mr. Bear's gonna fall over in a second here from the dot. So we're gonna grab Mr. Wolf. So it's a diseased wolf, but it's a plagued bear. So you would think that they would all have the same issues, you know? I think it would be a plagued wolf. No, it's a diseased wolf. Okay. Alright, so we need a couple more mobs here to round out this XP bar. And I gotta stop jumping the gun on penance, because I notice that I'm in such a kill it now mode that I'm not letting every round of penance hit. I'm actually cutting it off at like 2 before I go to start casting Smite. And I gotta get out of the habit of doing that. I'm actually hurting myself a little bit by not letting all of the penance hits actually hit. Okay. And there's another bear there. Oh, and we didn't actually need this bear, but that's okay. We'll need him eventually. Alright. That's not bad for a fresh level toon that we didn't have any work on before starting on them tonight. That's not bad. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 8 bars into that level out of 20. That is not too shabby. I am happy with this. Alright, so we are going to hearth out. I do apologize that we're gonna cut it a little bit early, but my stomach is growling, so we need to do something about that because it's very distracting. Alright, I'd like to thank everybody that stopped by tonight. It was very fun and getting back into the swing of things. If this is for you, don't forget to check out wowchallenges.com. There's also the WoW Challenges Discord, which Zorts and I both chat mod in, along with Awesome Trousers and Boss. And Stir. And, yeah, so you can catch us there or on Twitter. I'm at NiseyBGN. Zorts is at Zorts the Goblin. We try to keep it fairly streamlined without too much fuss and 15 different names. So, yeah, I will be streaming tomorrow on Zorts' channel. It won't be on mine, but I'll be piggybacking I host Zorts when he streams, so you'll see it on one of the two places, but yeah, we'll be doing something iron related or blood related, we don't know yet, tomorrow night. And don't forget to check out Zorts' channel in about an hour. They're going to be, him and Raz are going to be doing their iron team of troll hunters, which should be all sorts of fun. Can't wait to check that out. I'm going to try to stay up for at least a little bit of that. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, probably in Zorts' channel. So you all have a great night, stay safe leveling out there, and I'll catch you later.